to VVH, the Very, Very High Podcast. We're just three adults having fun, learning about cannabis. We live in a recreational state, and this is your time to sit back, relax, and share a laugh with us as we try a new strain each week, play some games, and just try to function while high. It's like hanging with your very, very high besties, T-Biz, Markers, and Marie.
Beep, 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 beep.
I got a cast.
Hey.
It's VVH, the Very, Very High Podcast, and it's our special bonus episode series of Love HIGHland USA.
And why do we call it that? Because we're fucking high.
We like to get real
already.
high. We like to watch Love Island and talk about
Love Island.
Getting high and recapping.
That's right. Pull up a chair. If you dare.
If you dare. Do fucking if you dare, because I don't know.
For sure. I'm T-Biz.
I'm Markers.
I'm Marie.
And my nose is itching. Sorry.
All of a sudden,
I don't know.
everything's happening. I have to pee.
Everything's just starting all up again.
Well, we stepped outside real quick to smoke some Tres Leches.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Big fan.
I forgot how buzzy it makes me feel.
Yeah,
it's
for
fun
sure.
though.
Like
So,
trippy.
A lot of energy, a little bit of a trip.
Yeah. So we got to watching episodes 15 and 16.
Yes.
And I mean, the vibes were good.
The vibes were great.
It was so much better.
Yes.
So I'm
it felt
excited
very,
about that.
Like cleansing to have that episode 15. It was a lot of fun because it was pretty damn dark.
Yeah, I feel like the beginning of the episode was like still a little bit of holdover.
Yeah.
You know, people were getting a little serious.
Yes.
But the episode ended on an amazing note.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a fun episode.
It was a good time.
So it started because it ended on the whole recoupling thing.
Yeah.
And then Taylor and Alandria are talking to Huda. They tell
There's
her,
like all those
they just
conversations
want
happening.
Positive vibes.
Yeah,
Everyone's
serious
just
ones.
like, cut your shit.
Yeah.
To both of them.
Yeah.
And I feel like Taylor was laying it down like a dad. He was like, no more. You move on. You stop it.
I really feel like because Huda went in hot at that when she went in to talk to them. She was like immediately. I feel like I keep getting slapped. You know, he just keeps winning and winning and winning.
Right.
And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking
I
about?
can feel them just being like, okay, we're gonna let her say it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he's like, okay, here's what needs to happen.
Laying down the law.
Just stop everything.
You just need to stop
altogether.
talking to them.
100,
Right.
like, you know, and then she still was like, I want to tell him to fuck off one more time. And Taylor's like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Stop it.
That has
That's
to stop.
exactly what I mean.
This is what we're talking about. But there's all those conversations, like they're just happening everywhere. If she does it again, we're not going to save her. If she, you know, so she has been warned.
She's been warned, but she immediately didn't listen. So, but I know people were wondering, why did Ace vote to keep her and why did Taylor? And Ace claims it was to get rid of Jalen.
Right. Which makes
for
sense.
his boy Taylor, which that's what we thought.
Yeah.
And then Taylor, I thought he was doing the same,
Me too.
but he said that he legitimately voted for Huda because he believes in her.
Yeah.
And he's going to hold her accountable.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I was
absolutely
surprised.
feels
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Good for you.
He was so confident. He was like, he wasn't going to send Jalen home because he was his competition.
Yeah. I think it's a little of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that's very generous of Taylor to be like...
Yeah, and they're trying to sort of reset the vibe.
Yeah.
You know, Nick was talking about how he feels like everyone's against Huda.
Right.
I think that's in the next episode.
Yeah.
But still, it's just interesting how they're all coming around.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I still think it is my opinion that she was she's a very young mom.
Yeah.
And she is just, and people say she's standing on business. Yeah, she is.
She is.
But is this a place to stand on business?
Yeah.
Right.
Is my whole thing.
Yeah.
Is I have no problem. I mean, she should be happy. She should find love. But I think the way that she's going about it in the villa and being, you know, going in so hard, being so possessive, and then now kind of the stuff that she was doing in episode 16 is just like, it's just not my gal. Not my kind of gal.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
She's at a different life. She's a different place in life. She's different life experiences that these young folks
Yeah,
22-year-old.
She's in a different place. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She's got a lot to think about, a lot to consider,
Yeah.
but also,
And it's not as serious for everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
As
And-
what she's running up against.
Yeah,
And it's frustrating her, and it's bringing a lot of interesting behavior out in her. And everyone is like freaking out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody else is there for the experience, whatever the game is, what's
Yeah.
happening, and she doesn't. She's kind of about it, but not so much.
Yeah, I think she just wants to win.
Yeah.
I don't know. She just wants to win it.
Yeah, maybe a different show.
And so she immediately ignores everyone because she's walking by the speakeasy and sees Jeremiah and Iris chatting, right?
In there, yeah,
Yep.
And then once again, she starts eavesdropping.
yeah. She has to stop.
Yeah, like,
and listen
actually,
to their
it's like-
conversation.
Right away, we just had this conversation with Taylor,
Right.
and then she's creeping again, and I get it. I can't say I wouldn't do the same thing and listen in at the most, right? But I mean, to walk in there and just be like, Iris, can you just beat it?
Yeah.
You know?
Has Iris
Like,
leave?
Whoa.
Damn.
At this point,
Whoa.
Iris can't catch a break,
No.
from her and her
No,
antics.
but she's being such a good friend to
But
Jeremiah.
she's being
Yeah.
a good friend.
And, you
I
know,
respect that.
it's also Jeremiah could have not had the conversation as
Yeah.
well. He could have said, no, I'm good. I don't want to chat.
Yeah.
But he participated in it too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
He sure did.
His toxicity was in there as well.
Yeah.
But not a person. I don't think.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, I feel like if Jeremiah was thinking about it, he should have said, "Not right now."
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I'm
like,
trying to talk to Iris, but
and we
later.
mean this in like
Yes.
the unserious world of which it is. You know what I
Right.
mean? We're not trying to
So
place
unserious.
judgment. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
this is just what we're seeing on TV.
Sure.
And sometimes I just want to be like, Huda, please, I just want to give her a hug.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah,
shut up.
Shut up and
It's
move
okay.
on.
We get it. We
Yeah.
understand. But
You cannot control how
like, do you
want to
play or do you want to go home?
Yeah.
You know?
right.
Come on.
Yeah. Just
Come on.
make
Yeah.
a choice.
Make a choice.
But so
she makes a choice to talk to
to talk to Jeremiah
immediately.
And then they do like their closer bullshit,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, great, done with it. Move on.
but like Taylor walks
He walks
by
in.
and,
Oh, yeah.
and sees them,
And
and he's
checks
like,
them.
Right.
he's like a little knock on the door, like,
He's like,
Yeah.
we just talked about
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
And
just
then-
gives her a look, and she's like, I know, I just need
I'm
closure,
calm, I'm
or
calm.
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then Iris, who was kicked out of her conversation with
Yeah.
her couple, went and tells Amaya.
Yeah.
Right.
And Amaya gets pissed. But Amaya's like, I can't even iron.
She's up talking about
a wife. It was so funny. Girl, I can't iron either.
No, man.
So you're fine.
Get a steamer.
You're good. Yeah. So
It'll work
they're
out.
pajamas. You
Yeah.
don't need to iron them.
You're good.
So as they were wrapping up, Jeremiah and Huda, as they were wrapping up their talk, they decided to hug it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's like a real awkward moment. where
Yeah,
it
I
looked
know.
like
Oh, she
Huda
was trying
gonna
to.
go
It looked
back
she's trying to
in
give
for
him
a
the
kiss.
eyes.
Maybe going in for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a move.
I'm like, she was thinking, she was hoping for that.
Yeah. That's how I feel too.
Why do it?
and
yeah.
then there was a swerve, and it didn't
yeah.
happen.
Jeremy's like,
Yeah.
bye.
He says that from now on he's going to respectfully decline
Any
if she
more
tries to
chats.
talk.
That's good.
Which
That's
is
a good
good.
idea.
So,
And so when Iris tells Amaya, then she gets pretty pissed and is like, if she keeps doing this shit, I'm not saving her again.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
how everybody was
Can't
talking.
save her for the third time.
And then Huda in her confessional has finally come to the conclusion that
Yeah.
she just shouldn't be with Jeremiah.
yeah, it's over.
Hello.
Damn.
Good.
Good.
Day late and a dollar short.
Bye. And then Sierra has a long ass talk with Huda.
Yeah.
She does.
A
yeah.
very grown up chat with
Yes.
her. And she
Dude.
was not, sugarcoating. She was
No.
not being a bitch. She was just very straightforward.
She was being
and I'm
a
like,
very
that's
good
how it's
friend.
done.
Yeah.
She was being a very good friend at that moment.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was informing her of what was going to happen.
Yeah, and then Amaya told Huda that she felt like it was disrespectful that she talked to Jeremiah
Yeah.
when they all saved her.
We just
Right.
And they said not
just
to do that, and she
Right.
still did it.
Yeah, but you skipped the bedtime part.
Oh,
Yeah, they go to bed. They start getting ready
Oh,
for bed.
that's right.
But so what? And everyone they show all the shots, but there was some under the cover action between Hannah and Pepe. And what were they doing?
Getting spicy over there.
What they were doing? They were doing something on the blankies. But yeah, the next morning, Sierra really lays it in. You know, she's like, we're gonna move on. You're gonna do better for yourself.
You shouldn't be chasing anybody.
Right.
And I was like, I want to give you a high five.
Yeah.
But she was very clear too about like, I'm not going to be saving you anymore if you're not if you're not just like moving on.
Yeah.
She was saying, hey, think about yourself, value yourself.
Yeah.
And it's over.
Yeah.
And moving on.
Right.
Dear Lord. And then Shelly and Alandria are adorable.
Yeah.
They're still the best.
Every day.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
More of them.
I love that Sierra told her that she almost stood behind HIGHland though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Like that's how she started it.
Almost. Yeah.
Dude, that was
That's how we knew
an amazing
the talk
conversation.
was going to be serious. She was like, first of all, I almost didn't vote.
She seems like she's a really good friend.
Yeah, she is.
I feel like Sierra is the one on the show, the cast member on the show, that there's something special about her, but they're not showing her very much. You know, when you see her in those moments when she's having those conversations.
It's always a good moment.
Right. Yeah.
But I do like to see the funny little like, do you believe in evolution?
Right. Yeah. I love that. It's super fun. Yeah. It's a nice peek into their mind.
And then, Jeremiah's all happy. He said it was nice to wake up happy. And Huda vows to leave the past in the past.
Yep.
We'll see. We
Cross your
see.
fingies.
And then Austin and Shelly get some closure together. They had a nice little chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just wrote Sierra and Nick are dorks. I don't remember why. Is it because, is that when he was asking if he's ever held toes?
That might be it.
Oh, yeah.
With the crab toe thing. I was like,
I have not. That actually sounds really strange.
yeah. I
Let's try it
can't
later.
imagine like intertwining toes. That sounds
No.
I don't know about
terrible.
It seems like a logistically, I don't know.
I felt like I got to get into a position that I would never get out of.
Yeah. I did get a pedicure today though, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you were going to
wouldn't
do
be
it of any
so
day,
bad.
it would be today.
Yeah. Today might be.
I'll tell you what, I'll go spruce up my toes.
Okay.
And we'll try
And
it.
then we'll lock toes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm right here.
Oh, hey. When did you get here?
It's a challenge.
Oh my god.
Peppa and Hannah chat.
Yeah.
They seem to be doing well. And then one of my favorite parts was in Alandria. They were talking about camping.
Yes.
And she's like, no tents. Camper.
No tents.
And then Taylor calls her bougie. And I'm like,
That's not
I
bougie.
agree with my girl,
Yeah.
Alandria.
Yeah.
No tents.
Minimum. Needs
Sorry.
some sort of camper. Yeah.
And then they get a text.
They get lots of them.
But this was a good one.
Yeah, it
was.
is.
It was.
This was an amazing one.
This was one you didn't want to leave on read.
No.
They get all their dinging, they're all texts, and then Sierra says that they have new outfits, right?
Oh.
And that someone is coming to join them, and it's Megan Thee Stallion, which is
Hello.
crazy,
Miss
right?
Hot Girl Summer.
I was like, what the fuck? And I even told you, I didn't know that was going to happen.
No, I
was
didn't hear about that.
genuinely surprised.
Me too. I was very excited.
And excited.
I don't know how they keep that a secret.
I
because-
don't know.
That was amazing.
It was
But
awesome.
The girls were so obviously so crazy, and the
Yes.
guys, everyone was so excited.
Yeah.
And Alandria was gonna pass out, and Maya was killing me in her confessional. She's like,
lost her
I gotta
shit.
stretch my knees. She knew.
She was right.
She knew
She
it was gonna
knew.
be some twerking going on.
She was like, I gotta get my
That was
Megan knees
so
ready.
funny.
Oh man, that was
And
great.
then, so they were supplied with the Hot Girl Summer swimwear, Megan Thee Stallion's
Yeah,
line.
looking
And
amazing.
then she freaking shows up looking, hello, body,
Yeah.
yada, yada, yada.
No, she
Fucking
looks amazing.
But she went into the makeup room.
Yes, I couldn't believe it. She went in there to
She
talk
was
to them.
so excited
and
to
the
be
girls
there.
lost it.
They did.
They
and
went
then when she looks over to
insane.
Alandria and she says her name, she's like, what? You know
my name. I know. And she was like talking to
She's
him.
like, I want to see where Sierra stands and do her makeup, and I want to see, because she's a fan, and it was just really fun. So she had some really good. She was like telling all the ladies kind of how they're coming off a little bit, and so that was pretty insightful for them, I bet. Yeah. And then when they get to Huda, it was really funny. Yeah. And my girl, my girl. Whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really cute.
She's such a fan. She's such a superstar. I mean, that must have been just a wild moment to have her know all about the show and them, and like having a real girl conversation. That was cool.
When Megan got to Alondria and she was excited, she said, "What is your booty routine?" And she's like, "It's just genetics. It's just genetics." And Megan's like, "I have tons of screenshots of your ass."
Yeah, Alondria lost it.
I'm like, same.
Oh my God.
And now I have tons of screenshots of Megan Thee Stallion's ass. So thank you for that. When she was like, "Oh, Peacock, you're going to put all this on there?
You're going to put this on TV?" Yeah.
Thank you, Peacock.
Yeah, thank you. We've been blessed.
Yes. But she's there to host a game.
She is. And of course, the game's going to be twerking. And
yes. It was called It's a Booty Battleground.
So they did
girls versus boys.
A round of twerking, a round of limbo, and then like a puzzle they had to
do. Of the new bombshell that was coming in. Because we got a new girl and a new guy.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting the guys to put so much behind their performances. And still...
I am so glad they did.
And still not be excellent. But it was fun.
Yeah.
They really tried.
Well, I mean, Huda, I don't think it's fair to have to go against her.
Right.
But man,
I know.
That was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And then she had to go against Ace, who is an actual dancer.
Right.
He did pretty good, but he wasn't really twerking.
Yeah.
Huda was twerking from every angle that I didn't know that you could lay on your back and still twerk from the front.
Wow. I know.
I
know. So the girls...
I need to study this further.
I might not be able to unsee it.
The girls...
That's fine.
No, I was there.
I didn't hate it, you know?
My eyes were open.
Did not hate it.
But so the girls did pretty good.
Yeah.
Alondria did amazingly.
Obviously.
And Shelly's like, her ass is like water. Just moves like, and she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. I could watch that twerk.
Yeah. I thought all of them did really good.
Yeah.
So I think that round ended going to, who won that one? The girls.
But wasn't that round at Austin? Did Austin twerk?
Oh, yeah, he did.
We lost it when
dying.
Austin went up there to dance.
He really went out there and
lost himself.
He did some white boy shit, but also not bad somehow, but very creative, because part of the challenge was to be creative.
Yeah.
And he, had some moves.
Yeah, he was creative.
Is what we'll call them.
Yeah. Even Nick really tried.
Yeah. Oh, Nick was funny too.
I think he did the most twerking. Well, I don't know. Him and Taylor, they both kind of did. Taylor did more. I don't know.
Nick, remember, he went right up to Meg and was like moving his butt.
Yes.
Right up to her.
Yeah,
I feel like he was. I mean, I don't know if that's qualifies as twerking, but it's his kind of twerking. He really went for it.
Yeah, that's probably what I would look like if I tried to do it.
But I thought it was funny when she would pick the dudes.
Yeah.
And,
it's fun.
She gave it to Austin.
Yeah. I feel like he did deserve it.
I think he earned it. Yeah, man.
I feel like he did. I mean, he went against Amaya, but I feel like...
Yeah. But man, we were laughing the entire time.
I had tears.
He was just being
he looked like he was having a good time.
in the moment.
Yeah, and Nick too. And like Marie said, all of them.
Yeah.
And then the limbo competition was fine.
Didn't Shelly go up to Megan and do...
Oh, yeah.
She
twerked on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
It was great.
That was what Nick was upset about. He's like, hey, what's going on?
My notes about the limbo game go like to nothing because I thought it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just put Iris out first because she walked into... She hit it by just ducking under it and walking normally.
Yeah. I was
like, whoa.
Okay. Is that one of those like just not an athlete things? Or
I don't.
What are we talking about here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I think she was
very high
into
up
it.
there. Yeah.
Seemed like Olandre was taking it very seriously.
Yeah. She's like, lock in, ladies.
Yeah, she was like,
wants to win.
stop your fancy
Yeah, because they
Just
wanted
get up under
they
the
wanted
bar.
to be the ones that got a bombshell.
Yeah.
And to keep the girl bombshell out, because that's how they thought it was going to.
That was the whole point
how
of
it
the
was
game.
presented.
Yeah.
To get the bombshell.
I didn't explain that part.
No, nobody. I didn't.
The point is to win so
Yeah.
that you get your bombshell.
And
so
then
the girls were in it.
And then the
Yeah.
girls put their puzzle together first.
Yeah.
And so they were revealed
It was a
the
close
first
one.
bombshell, TJ.
Yeah. TJ. How old is he? 24? 23. TJ.
Yeah.
But what did he say he did? I didn't ever hear. I know he's in New York, right?
Yeah.
But he's from Tampa.
I didn't.
But
Yeah, I didn't hear his occupation.
I didn't hear his
either.
occupation,
Yeah.
but they have a
didn't
beach
care to
house
look
in
it up.
Jersey. Those are the things I know about him.
Right.
Yeah. And then all the ladies think he's fine as fuck.
They do. And he's not ugly. He reminds me of that one guy on Chicago Fire.
Oh.
The one that was engaged to Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's got that look to him. And I
Yeah.
think that guy's hot.
Yeah. I mean, he's good looking.
Yeah.
He's
Like
fine.
he's
He looks like he
adorable.
has short legs.
Yeah.
He-
Looks like he has nice lips.
On some of those couches he's sitting on, like his legs look a little short.
Yeah.
It looks like he's
one
a
of those
tiny
long torso guys.
Yeah. I don't know. He's there's just something about him I'm not
Yeah, exactly. I'm not
Not
getting anything
trusting.
special from
Yeah.
him so
Yeah.
far. Yeah. He's just
I don't
sort of
mind him.
there,
Yeah.
He doesn't come off like he feels like he's a sexy person, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean. He doesn't
You don't
have.
think so?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like he has a lot of like swagger. Like he's
that's true.
He's just being chill about it, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he relies too much on his looks.
Yeah.
And he tries to flash a smile.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that doesn't help forward a conversation, though. You know what I
That's
mean?
right. Use your words.
Well, okay. I don't know what all we could talk about. So, and then but it was revealed that the guys are going to get their bombshell as well.
Twist.
And in walks this major bombshell into the villa, Adriana. Holy shit.
Man, she is hot.
Body, another Dominican.
Dominican.
Right.
She's 24.
Hot.
And she just graduated from college this semester in global business. Business ethics.
Thank you very much.
Global business. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, but she seems really smart.
But she seems great.
She doesn't have any boyfriends.
No, she said she's never had a
not-
boyfriend.
Like what?
Yeah.
I'm a little
The
confused about that. so-
Actual fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I didn't date a lot of guys because
Yeah.
I would get bored. I'd be like, no, no.
That's enough.
A few dates is fine.
Yeah, but that's what she said. Like she just,
I just wanted to focus
she'll go
on
out with you,
school.
but she's like, if I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm not gonna try
She's
and
not
stay with
wasting
you.
her time.
Yeah.
And she seems very, very smart. Very
She
nice.
walked in with Jeremiah on her tongue.
And then she got him.
Did
on her
TJ
tongue.
say who he was? Oh, he said Iris and Sierra.
Yeah. And that's what he's been
That's
doing.
what he's doing. Yeah.
And then Huda, it ends with, Pepe was very excited. He's already speaking Spanish to her right away, throwing that bone out.
Yeah.
And then Ace is very excited. Shocker.
Right.
So we'll see how all that goes. But Huda at the end says that she thinks she's TJ's, or she hopes she thinks she's TJ's type. Or no, she hopes she is TJ's type.
Yeah.
Jesus.
She did say that.
Whoa. Tres Leches.
But she was doing a lot of leading questions and stuff later on in the other episode, you know. So, yeah, it was pretty interesting. She's
don't know.
really trying to stay. She only has a few options.
There's clearly
And
no,
so
but we'll
she's
talk
trying.
about that.
we'll talk about
she's
that.
really trying.
That's the next one. Yeah.
So I think that's the end of episode 15.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was.
The
It
Biz,
ended on a
the Biz
good
said
note.
it was a really good palate cleanser.
Yeah. I feel like that's what
Breaking
they
the tension.
really, really needed. That they needed something super fun.
Yeah.
To just
Lighten the mood.
break it off.
It felt
and
like
go
a
in fun
restart,
mode.
a reset.
It
I feel
really
like
did.
everyone felt a little lighter. There wasn't the walking on eggshells going on, and you know, the Hurricane Hood brewing.
Yeah.
So
it was nice.
It was good. It was really nice. And Megan Thee Stallion was
awesome,
amazing.
She should host all the games.
She was incredible. She has so much energy. Hell yes.
She should be on my TV every day. She was so great.
So fun.
All right, so shall we go have another slice of our Tres Leches?
I think we should.
And talk about episode 16?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We'll be right back right here on VVH Love HIGHland. And 3 high motherfucking bombshells have entered the villa.
Dude,
Super
what the
high.
fuck? That last hit was like,
Yeah.
this got me floating.
We're on that third leche of the Tres Leches cake.
It's such a good weed. It's very energizing, and it's very talkative.
Yeah.
I feel kind of creative a little bit. Like I want to do something creative.
Yeah.
But man, it's also super chill.
Yeah.
Like, I feel very chill right now.
It's a good body high.
Yeah, it is. Perfect for watching Love Island USA.
Absolutely, because we did.
We made it to episode 16.
Yes, we're all caught up as of this recording. Because, you know, there's 1,000 episodes a week.
Yeah.
There it is.
And
to be fair.
And the new bombshells just came. We got TJ, and we have Andreina. And she's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And he's okay.
He's pretty good.
They all do that thing where they break off into their, you know, he goes to talk to all the girls, and then she goes to talk to all the boys. And they're going back and forth, and we can already tell that Andreina's like into Nick and Jeremiah. And she sticks to it, like in the group conversation. And then she was just kind of stating her, you know, case. And then on the girls' side, I don't know, TJ looked a little flustered.
Yeah.
Did he not?
Yeah,
They're coming at him, and he's like, They're like, what's your type? Like, yeah. Like,
What's your sign? Yeah. Like, girls are going to ask detailed questions. Dudes are going to be like, I don't know. They probably still don't know her name. You know, like.
But notice, Jeremiah had no problem saying what his type was. He was like, Latina.
Yeah.
You know, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Down boy.
Yeah. But when all the girls asked TJ, he was like, well, I don't know, all of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
he's like,
he didn't know what to do with his hands. You know what I mean?
He doesn't want to offend someone right away.
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't either.
But then the bombshells pull individually. And Andreina decides to take Jeremiah.
Yep. For her first chat.
Yeah.
And so
Right
immediately
away.
trying to
is
speak
watching,
Spanish.
you know,
It was also like it was the nanosecond they were like, okay, you guys don't have to do this anymore. As a group, she was like,
boom,
let's
right away,
go, right now.
It was a good chat.
Absolutely.
You know? And then TJ pulled Sierra. Also a good conversation.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, dude, I'm open.
She's feeling him.
Yeah.
He's very flirty.
Yeah. She's like, Nick and I got a thing, but we're both open.
And I like that for her. I like that for them. They both are feeling that way.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
And then they go to the other people. We've got a lot the other people.
The OGs.
The other people.
The other people who aren't the bombshells.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
God. Alondria and Taylor are talking about it. She wants to know, I guess, after seeing him perform in the
in
the dance off.
And she's like, do you go clubbing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you in the clubs?
Yeah,
She
you in the
wants to
clubs?
know.
And he was like, no. Yeah, like, but nightclubs. He doesn't do like the country bar and stuff like that. And then she's like, oh, well, what does your daily like life look like? You know?
Yeah.
And he's all farm stuff. Yeah. You know? And she's like, every day?
And what is that?
Yeah. And then
goes
what
through
do you
the
do on the
whole thing.
weekend? She's like, I go to rodeo with my family. Every weekend? You know? It's really funny. But then it cuts to her confessional, and and she's like, I don't know, I'm kind of imagining myself as a
Cute little country wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cute.
That's adorable.
That is
She's
adorable.
into it.
Just thinking about it.
She's into it. But don't worry, guys. Huda has decided to make a move.
Oh God.
And she walks up to the breakfast bar and pulls Pepe for a chat.
And he's
when
like,
next to
me?
Hannah. Yeah. And he's shocked.
He was so shocked.
Yeah, he had no idea that was going to happen.
No.
None of us did.
No.
We were all...
And then he goes walking by, and as Biz pointed out, he Pepe taps Hannah what the fuck?
Yeah. He gives her,
Help me.
Yeah, exactly. Please bail me out of this.
But why would she do that?
Yeah.
And with Hannah has been
and didn't talk to her first.
whoa.
She didn't say nothing about it.
that was
Hannah went to the bathroom with her when she had a meltdown.
yeah.
Yeah.
And stuck
Hannah's
up
been
for
there
her.
for her. Yeah.
And then just wow.
He said she asked what his type was, and he was like, well, I'm more of a personality guy, and yours is very big.
Sick burn. Pepe. I'm more of a personality guy. That's why I don't like you.
He said when he was watching the show, she was just a very big personality.
Yeah.
And he was, didn't. That's why he was more towards Hannah, And I was like, wow, this guy knows how to really let him
sort
down.
out
Yeah. And so that, to me, ended pretty friend zoned by.
Oh, yeah.
I thought.
Yeah. I thought
he
she
was-
was picking up when he was throwing down. I guess she wasn't.
I didn't feel like he was giving any signals at all.
Yeah, well, she kept finding ways to touch him and
She
things,
was.
and he was just like,
Yeah.
stop it,
Yeah.
He was not reciprocating.
And also ways to compliment herself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or she's really good at saying something that forces someone to then ask you the question.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, God, it's like manipulative.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird.
But that was a weird move.
It
pulling
was.
Pepe.
It was. But so TJ decides to pull Iris, and I think they go to Soul Ties.
They do.
Yeah. And they get all cozy.
They look good together.
They kind of do. They kind of do. And Iris, she basically tells TJ that her and Jeremiah are
Friends.
buds. They're friends.
Yeah.
And so they're,
Just
Yeah.
doors
completely
wide
open.
Yeah. And,
The doors open and
They're
unlocked.
friend vibing.
And they just haven't had a chance to be anything else,
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
of how
Yeah.
they were put together
Yeah.
and then what happened after. They haven't had an opportunity.
No, yeah, it's stained from the beginning.
Right.
And then they're he
Doomed.
is excited or weirded out that she's from California. I don't know. Did you hear the way he said
Yeah.
that? California.
Yeah, and he was just like, "You want to get married?" When she's
Yeah.
talking about that she loves to go to the beach. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay."
But they're both beach bums
And
on
they
different
both
sides of the
look
country.
great on
right?
the beach.
They
Right.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of looks good.
They kind of have
And,
matching sized lips.
Who do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do have. They did say to each other, "You have nice lips.
Yeah.
So do you."
Yeah.
And then they started making out.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
There was a scoot in.
To basically single. I mean,
getting more comfy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it, dude.
Yeah.
Explore.
Yeah, man.
They just feel familiar with each other.
Go for the summit
They
right
feel
away.
like a good fit when you see them interacting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And then Adriana pulls Neek for a chat.
Oh yeah, that's right. Neek.
And he kept
He
saying,
keeps saying how much he loves how she says Neek.
Yeah. He just seems completely smitten.
yeah.
Yes.
Though he did seem that way when he first met Sierra.
Yes.
And I think he really still likes Sierra.
yes, especially after
Yeah.
tonight.
But a connection is a connection. And I think he feels it. I
He's
think
allowed
we see it
to
a little
explore
bit.
just like Sierra. I
Yeah.
think they're both in the exact same boat, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
If they can handle it.
Sure.
We'll see. Because she does seem very interested in Neek.
Yeah. And
But one of the first things right off the bat when she was like, I want to talk to Jeremiah, and she's talking about how hot he is.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, all right, finally somebody on the show was talking about it.
Like, he's fucking foin.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. The foinest, I think.
Yeah. So she's she's taking the 2 cutest ones, the top 2.
And good for her. Good for her. Okay, well, all the dudes are just fawning over her.
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah, everybody lost their mind.
And probably the gals as well, as I was.
Yeah.
But Hannah's annoyed with Huda and not chatting.
So. Yeah.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is Sierra and Nick kind of go take it to the next level that night.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And I mean, but she was full on top of him. It was crazy.
Yeah. It's an interesting time to decide to do that. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they were like dancing and stuff all night. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Test it out. See if you really do want to make the jump over to TJ or not. You know?
Test it out. I don't know. Hey, whatever.
Kick that tire.
But they go to bed, and then in the next morning, there's like everybody's making everybody breakfast, right? That's what they always do.
That's the thing.
Yeah. And then, but Nick pulls Ace.
He's like, I need to talk to you.
Yeah. I pulled him for a chat. Take him upstairs, and they sit down, and he tells Ace, what happened, and that he felt terrible because it was only 25 seconds.
Hey, that's interesting because I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you, I came away from that chat where I felt like he was making fun of himself.
He was poking fun at himself.
I think he was
putting it out there.
I think there's a lot of people think he's serious. That it was only 25 seconds.
No, I'm sure it lasted. I'm sure it was longer.
I'm sure it was longer, but not that long.
Not that long.
Like you said, a lot of the pent up sexual.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. He just was like, whatever.
It happens. Sorry. But when they were making breakfast, though, I was like, was Austin trying to spread avocado on the toast?
Oh,
like he was just like taking it from the avocado and like trying to spread it like butter.
I think he was.
I was like, what is he?
I think he was
doing?
Like a real thin avocado.
Yeah, like what? That's not how that works.
Maybe they're super ripe.
Someone help him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I wrote that down and it made me laugh.
It was like a side shot. You're like, what?
The girls also noticed that Nick and Sierra.
Yeah.
Got it on.
Yeah.
Because Shelly called her out. And she's like, well, because I couldn't sleep.
Because all that breathing.
And I like a little moment because TJ brought Sierra some tea.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He brought Iris breakfast.
Yeah.
And then he brought tea and coffee or whatever to a couple other girls.
Yeah.
And then Nick was annoyed because he brought Sierra breakfast and her tea.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, hell no. And he took the tea and dumped it out.
He did.
And Ace is all, you petty ass.
It was petty.
It was, but it was a funny
awesome
move. That was a good move.
I thought it was great.
That was smart.
Huda goes to play some ping pong with TJ for a little bit.
And that's where she's like, just out of the blue, they just start talking, and she's like, well, so many people are surprised by my type.
Yeah.
And then that forces the question, well, what's your type? And if someone does that to me,
Right.
I will not ask the question.
You won't give in.
I will just be like, anyway.
I would want to get out of that conversation as soon as possible.
I'm out.
Yeah. I would leave the building.
I for sure don't want to have a conversation with you. I already know it.
Walk into the ocean.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
No. And he tells her, like, I'm terrified of you. But see, here's the thing, is that bombshells watch, right?
Yes.
So it would stand to reason that they both know that she's a mom.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, that's true.
So my thing is, all these people are coming in already knowing this information.
Yeah.
There's only the OG people who don't know, but of course they all know.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right.
They do.
But I just feel like maybe that will help Huda be more herself, if she can talk about, because she doesn't really talk about anything.
Yeah.
Right.
She doesn't talk about anything. She talks about herself, and she sexualizes everything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because she thinks that's what the guys want to hear.
Yeah.
But maybe just try talking about yourself.
Yeah, maybe
We want to hear about it.
Like an actual connection. Like you as a mom is important to you.
Yeah.
Share it.
Yeah.
They know already.
The pressure's off a little bit, right? If everybody knows, the pressure's kind
they
of
are
off.
watching.
Yeah.
So they know.
Yeah.
It's not a secret anymore.
So just embrace it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have it
and
be
then
an
move
asset.
forward as that.
Yeah, have it be an
And-
asset.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, that's what I thought of when they were playing ping pong, because he's like, I'm terrified of you, because he saw what happened.
Yeah.
And also, they're not good at ping pong.
They're not good.
I was getting
good.
very anxious watching them play.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
come
like,
on.
come on, don't do this.
This can't go on too long.
This is embarrassing for
Yeah, it
you
is.
right now.
Yeah.
You can't double bounce it on your side. What are you doing?
What are you doing, dude?
There's a
Yeah.
net.
But it's okay because Iris gets a text.
She got a text.
Yeah. And it was inviting them to a challenge.
Yeah.
Called What's Your Beef?
Yeah.
Listen. There are lots of ways you could have made this
so
work.
many things that
You know?
could have been done
But
better.
milk on a hot day.
But it was actual milk.
It was,
and that really made me upset. Like, it really deeply upset me.
Yes, dude. It was
Like,
hard
what if
to
these
watch.
people have like a dairy intolerance? You know,
God.
and then it's hot. It's outside.
It's outside,
You're in the
dude.
sun.
You're in the tropics.
That's not going to smell good.
No.
But the worst, I mean, there was a whole like obstacle course and then the bobbing for apples. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But why the fuck, Peacock, did you have them putting milk in a dude's mouth from an udder and then he has to spit it in the girl's mouth who
Yeah.
then spits it into a bucket?
Yeah.
That was fucking disgusting.
It was
just fucking put it in the bucket.
Yeah, fine.
It was
Okay,
gross.
make her like hold something on her head, and she has to dump it in the
Exactly.
bucket. Like, that was disgusting.
so gross.
And the
Crazy.
fact that it was actual milk, and then that one time that Nick like
You drank it.
swallowed
it,
and he looked at them.
swallowed
The
it.
most Walton Goggins thing I've seen him do yet.
That dude
God.
is living in the moment,
That was
man.
like, don't
fuck, and everyone just
swallow
like
it.
jumps up.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
He's
that was
a-
so weird.
He's so
Yeah.
goofy.
But there was some
gross.
shady shit.
Yeah.
Of course, Huda, she starts to feel sorry for herself because everyone's dumping milk on her. But
Yeah.
Jeremiah got a lot of milk dumped on him
He
too.
did.
Yeah.
But why do we make these decisions?
Yeah.
Like, why? She picks Pepe because she's
She
single.
doesn't have, yeah, she
So
doesn't
she
have a partner to
picks
go with.
Pepe to do the thing, knowing that at the end you have to make out with somebody.
No, she said she forgot about that part. That she
did
was going to pick
Did
TJ.
she though?
Yeah, guys, she's new to all this.
She
That's what
should have
she
just
said.
picked TJ.
That's what she said.
And then gave someone a kiss on the cheek or something if she bobbing for apples. You
Right,
know what I mean? Like,
right.
but she's put herself in this position. She does not have any other connections
Yeah.
because she did not want to,
Yeah.
and she scared everybody. And now nobody wants to try to connect with her.
Right.
So where does she go from here?
Everyone is turned off
I don't get it.
by her as a person.
And so that, of course, pissed Hannah off.
yeah,
Right.
she was, yeah.
Even more.
Rightfully.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that game was gross.
It was gross.
It was
Wow.
not only then everyone is like covered in milk and then they're all making
They're
out
all
with each
making
other
out, dude. It
and
was
spitting
gross.
each other's mouths. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, we don't
see that.
we don't need why are you making them do that?
Did you notice when Austin did his bobbing for apples? Did you notice who he picked? He
Shelly?
picked Shelly.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw that.
He wants back into that triangle.
I saw that.
The obtuseness.
And all the girls, mind you, were picking TJs, right?
Right.
They were trying to get to.
Yeah.
And but when Pepe went, did you see whose apple he picked? Sierra's. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to pay attention to those challenges because they show their cards a little bit. And there is a whole theory of a whole school of thought out
Yeah.
there that is shipping Olandria and Nick.
Really? Interesting.
Yep.
So I've been paying attention.
Speaking of Nick, before we get onto that and back to the game, that dude was very handsy on the ass.
Several people, yeah. But definitely Andreina.
He
Yeah.
was getting in there with his hands.
Yeah, he was getting a couple handfuls.
Yeah.
But if you're
He
gonna,
was
it's just
going
in
for it.
everyone like the wild ass kissing styles and
Yeah,
things is
right.
just
They're going straight
What
in
the
for that
hell?
tongue. Like, whoa, dude.
my God. And then just
biting.
like jumping up like
Yeah.
that.
Do they tell him to go super fast?
Yeah.
I don't
With
understand.
more
What's
fervor.
the
yeah.
direction?
And don't put your hand on my
Pump
throat.
up the jam.
Don't put your hand on my throat. I don't know you like that.
Don't know
You're
you
not.
like
We're not there yet.
I have all
Like
the
maybe
shoulders
Picasso more,
and
but
back
not right
you
now.
can touch. You know what I mean?
It's free reign.
Shoulders and back.
Stay the fuck away from my neck.
Just say like, I don't know. Don't even grab my head.
Don't.
You know what I
No.
mean? Don't touch my face.
Don't touch my
How's
fucking
that?
hair.
Oh, yeah. You get it. You get it. You get it. So they got all milky and gross. And then they get back to the house. The villa.
The villa.
Their Airbnb.
And Alondria and Taylor are once again sitting down with Huda. Mm-hmm. That's when she was like, "Oh, I forgot I was gonna have to kiss Pepe." Mm-hmm. And then they're like, "No, dude,
No.
no, you need to talk to Hannah."
Because she's like, did you talk to her? And she said she should have spoken to her first.
Yeah.
And Huda's like, oh, I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Just makes excuses. I'm like, okay, just own it.
And Alandria made a face.
She was not even looking at her.
Yeah.
Right. She was like,
She was not.
And then Taylor asked her, like, what do you think of the new guy? You know, and she was like, he's fine, but I don't think he likes me, you know, is what she said.
Okay. Yeah.
But she says it, she doesn't really have a choice. Like, it's him and Pepe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Pepe?
But why is he a choice?
Yeah, why is he a choice?
why is Peppa a choice? Yeah.
Like suddenly it feels.
After what's happened,
Yeah,
you
it
still
feels
haven't
like
even
he's
talked.
in play.
Yeah.
I don't think he is, though.
I don't feel like he feels that way. I don't know.
Well, it's just because he
Maybe
doesn't
after
want
all
it.
the kissing.
Yeah.
It's like he
She's-
doesn't
Yeah.
have to want it.
Yeah.
So
It seems like Huda's playing a different game. She's in a different.
no, Huda's desperate to stay on
wants
right
to
now.
stay on,
Yeah.
and
She
we get
needs
it.
to find
We get
someone
it.
to couple up so she can stay on because she
Yeah.
knows that she's fucked.
But
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But in the game, she went so late into the game that she had to have realized that she was going to.
She knew that she had to make out.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had seen it 8 or 9 times before she
Yeah.
went.
Bullshit, you forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
She
on,
forgot,
man.
guys.
Yeah. But then, so they get ready for dinner and
Yeah.
all of that stuff. And well, during that talk during the days when Nick was like, everyone is turning against Huda in the
Yeah.
house and he
Yeah.
feels bad. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, again, she kind of brought that on herself.
Yeah.
And Ace doesn't really seem to agree.
Ace
He's just kind
doesn't
of like
agree.
nodding
Yeah.
along,
Ace
but he's
doesn't
like,
agree.
no. And that's
No.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. But at night,
Yeah.
Iris and Amaya have a chat. And Iris is hoping TJ likes her back. But Amaya is really, really into Austin.
Yeah. She's super excited.
And she really thinks that everything's going so good.
Yeah.
She's
very
so
excited about him. Yeah.
And then
It
meanwhile,
immediately cuts to him sitting with Jeremiah.
yeah.
And just being like, it's a lot.
It's a lot. But he did say, like, he's frustrated because he's like, dude, I wanted out
the
of a love triangle
self-awareness.
and
Yeah.
I wanted this.
Someone to
and
be
now
about
I
me.
have this and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he could admit
At least
that.
he can admit it. Yeah.
And then he was like really
but you know,
frustrated.
I think that if he really liked her, he wouldn't feel that way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was maybe open to getting to know her, but she just was like maybe came on a little bit too fast for him.
strong. Yeah,
And
I think
he doesn't know
wants
how to say that.
because, like with Shelly, he really was wanting to have conversations,
Yeah.
and they did.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's not what he's getting from her.
Yeah.
She's just all of a sudden in.
And it's energy. And
Yeah, and
yeah,
he
there's
was
no
like,
She does have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it just
Amaya has
feels
a lot of
because then
energy.
she was making those jokes about, oh, we'll try not to make any babies right now.
Yeah.
So he's like, whoa, dude,
Chill. Yeah.
And at that moment, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, same.
Austin's getting
come
a
on.
little bit of the ick from it.
I know, but I like Amaya so much.
I do
Yeah.
too. She's sweet. She means well.
Yeah.
But
I
that
can't
was
even
sad.
imagine like how bad the bathroom smelled that night when they were getting ready for bed. Because
All that milk.
gross,
So, and why do they sit around with all
gross.
the
For so
like?
long.
Just go
on
rinse
them.
off real quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially
jump in the, I
with
would get
urine
in the
milk.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Because they did that one challenge with the pies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
all
just had
sent-
so much
they
pie like on their face for
just your
so
face.
long.
Like go wash your face.
Get a wipey.
Yeah.
Anything.
Like,
yeah.
you know,
A Neutrogena
a
wipe.
Neutrogena wipe. I'm sure
something.
they're a sponsor. Put it
Yeah.
in there.
Golly.
You're gonna break out.
It was making me
Yeah.
like
You're
your
gonna start
skin is
itching.
not
Yeah.
happy right now.
Yeah, you're gonna get a rash.
Gosh. Anyway,
Yeah.
Man.
so then Huda finally pulls Hannah for a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and says that she feels like an asshole that it didn't cross her mind to chat with Hannah first.
Right.
She apologizes. And quite frankly, Hannah feels like could have stabbed her in the back.
Yeah. And then
she was there for her.
Yeah. Yeah, and she told her so.
And she really was not taking accountability for it.
No.
Yeah, and she wasn't.
And then she's like, I'm bad at this. I'm bad at this.
This is I'm
what are
new
you
to
bad
it.
at? Like, you know that they're...
She's bad at playing the game.
Yeah.
Participating.
That much is clear.
Yeah.
I think she's like trying to be a good friend and also like really hoping that this bitch don't take her man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's one eye open.
Yeah.
It's
But then in that conversation,
but
though,
doesn't. She like doesn't have a choice.
She doesn't. She has to find somebody.
She's got to find something.
Yeah, because she was trying to glob onto TJ, but I think she's getting the vibe that he's not interested.
No. Yeah. It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
But in that conversation, there was kind of a weird thing that Huda said. She's like, "Well, it's one of my only options." And the conversation was about her, talking to Pepe and making out during the game and all that. She was like, "Well, I only have so many options."
Yeah.
And I was like, Hannah, say, well. Get
why
away from,
is he an option?
Yeah, why is he an option? Why is my man an option? Well, I've been really good to you.
Yeah, that's exactly
and
what
also,
you're trying to
he's
say.
not interested.
Yeah.
He told you that.
Yeah, for sure.
Also,
he gave off no inkling that he was interested. Yeah, that was
girl. But she's desperate because she needs to find someone.
She needs to find something.
When there's a recoupling.
Yeah. But that's okay.
I think that it's we'll get there.
Yeah. Andreina pulls Nick for another chat. So we're seeing a pattern here, and it's okay. Nick loves it, and he's like, "I liked making out with you all those times in the game."
So many times.
I don't know that.
But he's so awkward.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
I'm sure he has never
cute,
smiled so much in his entire life.
Yeah. It is adorable.
I think he's cute. Yeah. He was just like, "Oh, you like me?" And then she was like, "Yeah, I like you."
Because I don't personally
Find
on his
him
surface
cute.
find him attractive.
Yeah.
But it is his
personality.
Yeah. And how he's just kind of goofy, but also, I don't know.
He's goofy. He's outgoing. He likes to go for a laugh sometimes.
He has so much fun when he does the games and he's just like living his life.
Yeah. Really into it.
Yeah. He seems like a good vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Nick and Sierra are both exploring their connections.
They're both doing it.
Yeah. And
but Huda pulls TJ real quick before you can go talk to anybody else.
First thing. But TJ has a lip injury from Huda's kiss. And he's not overly thrilled about it.
Yeah. He seems bothered, but then he said he liked it. I don't know.
She's trying real hard.
She is trying to get in there and look at it real close.
Takes him to soul ties. So it's like he's been watching. He's caught up on your drama.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, he's up to speed.
Yeah, he does say that she's a good kisser, which whatever. But he just doesn't seem into it.
He doesn't seem into it. And then he
doesn't seem into it. But
it's awkward.
I felt bad at the next part. They cut to Amaya and Austin, and they're hanging out outside on the table. And Amaya's like, "I know I'm a lot. Do you want me to like not call you babe? You know?" And he had that opportunity to say yes, maybe for now.
Yes.
She was saying that she would back off.
She opened the door.
And
he was too chicken to walk through.
Too scared to say anything, or not even scared. He just
doesn't want to hurt her feelings.
He doesn't want to hurt her feelings. But by doing what he did, he hurt her feelings because this will backfire.
Yes, it will backfire.
Because you're telling her all is good, and we're watching and it's not. And it makes us sad because we like Amaya.
Yes, and it's going to come back to bite him in the ass.
Don't hurt her. Fucking Austin, don't fucking do it.
Then Jeremiah and Adriana chat.
Yes.
He says he's looking for a best friend first.
Yes.
He doesn't want to get so crazy into it. And I feel like, again, she's been watching. So she knows exactly what he's talking about.
She gets it.
So, and she's still choosing to go with him. So
she sees something there.
All right.
She does think
what she
he's
sees is
super
that
cute.
he's the hottest one there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's what she sees.
Yeah.
But she doesn't waste her time talking to people unless she
No.
sees potential, and that's
Yeah.
what she said. So
That's what she said.
okay, and then they kiss, and they're just two very beautiful people making out.
Yeah.
A lot of tongue.
Yeah, he does like a little lip biting thing, and again,
Yeah.
Don't do that.
too soon
I don't
for
know
that,
you like
you know?
that. Yeah.
there's a camera.
Yeah.
You know?
But in his confessional, he was excited.
Yes.
Very excited.
Yeah. She
About
has
the
great
kissing.
lips. We'll stop biting.
And then it rounds up with America voting for the best pick for best boy and best girl.
What do they usually do with this?
I don't know.
I can't remember in season past.
They might get some sort of an advantage or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But who'd you vote for?
Okay, but don't laugh at me. I voted for Alandria and Nick.
Nice.
Yeah.
I voted for Alandria and Taylor. I wanted
Taylor's
to put Nick.
It was back and forth.
But
I was back
Taylor
and forth.
I feel like he's trying to be a good friend.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
Yeah.
that's
I
where I
did
went.
appreciate the way he sat down with Huda and
Yeah.
talked to her. I thought that was really cool. So it was a tough one.
No, I would have voted for
It
either
was
one.
a tough one, but I
Big-
like Nick.
Yeah, it was Olandria and Nick for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. You never know.
We'll see what they do with that tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I am too. You know what else I'm excited to do is have another piece of Tres Leches.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, a little
bit
re-up.
more.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
that
and then
sounds great.
when we come back, let's just talk about what do we think is coming up.
Yeah.
Or what's our predictions
Yeah.
for what's going to happen. Our high predict.
I predict. I don't know.
We'll see what happens coming up on BBH Love HIGHland. Beep, 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 beep.
It's time. It's high time to make some predictions. It's high time. I couldn't think of anything to say when I got back. That was all that
High
came to me.
time. Woof. With your gavel. Ching. Woof. Hear ye, hear ye.
Hear
Yes.
ye.
We are gathered today to talk about Love Island
Love Island.
on Love HIGHland.
Dude, that last hit,
We're high.
Yeah,
that
'cause
last
we are
hit
high.
sent me, man. I am ready for a snack and a
Sent
relax.
me to Fiji.
Right, for sure.
I'm gonna be on.
Wish.
I'm gonna go there to host a game and do After Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my mind.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And in honor of all the milk that they had on themselves and that they drank,
God
Damn.
we're smoking Tres Leches.
Yes.
And this is pretty darn good. But
It
I'm
is.
with you. We got
One of my
real
faves.
high right now.
One of my faves.
Real high.
Yeah, a quick fave.
Yeah.
A recent fave.
Yeah.
Is that how that goes? That
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway,
Anyway.
so we just want to talk a little bit about what we might think is coming.
I mean,
I
so
think
we're voting
Coda's
on.
done.
Well, yeah, we're voting on our favorite ones, right?
Yeah.
That's
Just
what we
like,
voted for. Top in the house,
Right.
male and female.
but we don't know what that's going to mean.
What are we doing
to the
with that
winner.
information?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I get advantage in a game? Do the last people ranked automatically go? Can you imagine?
Maybe they get,
God.
maybe they get like a little day date, or maybe there's
the
like
top two.
Yeah, or maybe there's some sort
Maybe they
of
get to go first in like a game.
So. I like
Yeah.
it when they have those little dates.
Yeah, like spontaneous one. Ooh. So it could be Nick and Alandria.
yeah. Oh. That's what's been happening on the socials. Right? There's been
I don't know.
Some
We
talk
see it.
about
Because
that.
I'm thinking about if there's a recoupling,
Yeah.
and is there an odd amount of people, boys and girls?
I think so. Yeah.
There's two more girls. So that's why I think Huda's out.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
You don't see where
anyone's
she's
going
going.
to partner with her
No.
if it's the boys' turn to pick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Her only choice probably is TJ.
Yeah, but TJ, I think,
I don't think
is
he's gonna
more
choose.
into Sierra or
Yeah.
Iris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Sierra is seemingly a little bit more than Iris, but I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what they're leading us to believe, but I don't know. I feel like there's more there. I predict. Also,
I predict it's going to be a very interesting casa.
Yeah, it is.
Casa Amor.
Oh, I can't wait for that, man.
Hurry up.
Casa Amor. It's what we want.
Because I feel like what they're going to do is recouple, and then they're going to have like time together, and they're going to, the couples who are already coupled, Olandria Taylor, Ace Shelley, they're already kind of gelling, and then that makes it really hard for Casa Amor.
It starts getting more difficult.
Yeah, because if they bring someone back, and then it's a whole thing. Ooh,
can't wait to see
They feel like
it.
they're solid, and then Casa Amor happens, and it rarely is ever solid.
I kind of want to put a little bit of a red flag on Austin.
Yeah.
Like, for maybe going home, just because he's feeling something about Amaya, like he's having a reaction to it.
He doesn't seem like he's having a very good time. I don't know that he likes any of the people there.
So besides Shelley.
So do we keep Huda for a little bit longer and Austin goes? Like, I don't know what happens, but I feel like Austin is on the chopping block possibly to go home.
Yeah, I feel like he's losing. I mean, he doesn't have connections. So
unfortunately, he probably waited too long in that love triangle. He wasn't trying to find something else.
For other connections.
That's how it goes.
Yep.
Yep. What do we think is going to happen with the Sierra Nick? Do we think that Adriana and Nick are going to get together?
I don't know. She seems really
Sierra
into Jeremiah.
Yeah. I know. So that's what's going to make the recoupling interesting if they get to choose. Ooh.
And is it the ladies who get to choose again this time, or is how?
I don't know.
Oh, we don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm so excited, though.
Can't wait.
Hey, now.
Man.
Because there was no preview yet. Right, for what's coming up.
Right.
No. Not till tomorrow.
No.
I saw someone online say that they would like to see Love Island XL.
Oh.
You know what?
So,
I agree.
Would I?
I would like to see some dad bodies.
I would love to see Love Island over 40.
Over 40.
Because
Can you
know
imagine?
What? You know what we would be doing? Using the fucking pool.
Right.
That's what we would be doing.
Absolutely.
And we would be watching TV.
Yeah.
Right.
Where's the
We
TV?
would be whipping up drinks in the speakeasy.
Well, it would be so easy. You put something on the television and whoever comes to like enjoy it, and that's your kind of person.
That's your like, oh damn, are you watching SNL? Sweet. Oh,
you're watching True Blood, you know? Like, I'm sitting down.
Keep it moving.
I'm sitting down.
Nothing.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's so polarizing.
Yeah. It would be, and then there's just the conversation is there.
Yeah.
I feel like, because, when you get to a certain age, you don't give a fuck sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to ask you straight the fuck up. What's your deal? Who'd you fucking vote for? I'm going to ask, and if I don't like the answer, bye.
Right.
And
but we can be cool.
I don't even know if I could
go play darts
about like wearing a bathing suit the whole day.
Oh,
I couldn't do that.
I feel like it's just a very yeast infection.
I don't know.
Vibe.
I don't know. Where's all the hair go?
All the time?
Yeah.
How
do they keep up with that?
I don't know. Yeah. What is that like?
Oh, God. No, I'm wearing shorts.
No, fuck yeah, dude. Sweats.
Right.
Messy
wearing
bun.
shorts in the pool.
Some sort of bike short. Yeah.
No makeup.
They don't need the makeup room.
Yeah, cut off all the makeup scenes.
Maybe nighttime. Maybe we want to get dressed up.
I like a skincare routine.
It's like a face cream.
I'll do that. You can watch me put sunblock on if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, little mud mask.
You can watch me fan my face with my hands.
You can watch me pluck hairs from my chin.
Flip the mirror to the 10X.
Could you imagine like how loud that room would be with everybody sleeping in it? The snores.
So many CPAP machines.
CPAP machines and snoring and
no, dude, they have to have like sleep number beds. You have to know my number before I arrive. And I always get that bed.
But that could not be a thing, though. They would need a bigger room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
to have all those king size beds.
Yeah.
It's an island.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just make
Go
another
find
space.
house. Yeah.
Yeah. And you definitely
bungalow.
need more toilets.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
And maybe a chair.
Yeah.
In the
And
shower.
some really good air conditioning.
And maybe a
and
one.
fans.
Hear me out. Maybe a 1-story.
No stairs. I'm not. You guys.
Maybe
you
one
guys,
story. 'Cause
Suggestion. Wear fucking flats or
no
wedge.
Yeah, wedge it
Wear
up,
a
dude.
wedge.
I love a wedge.
You can stand better in a wedge.
Yeah.
When I just like what. My feet hurt when I watch.
Yeah, dude.
And they have those heels on. Like, how
I'm
did
just
Megan Thee
saying.
Stallion stand there the whole time in those shoes?
No idea.
Incredible.
I have no idea how any of them do that.
No.
It's crazy.
Because, you get to that point in the night where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting on my Crocs.
feet are going to burst out of these shoes.
Yeah.
And I can't feel them,
No.
Nope, never again. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for no one.
No.
Give me a wedge, give me a flat.
With that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyway. That sounds
Maybe,
real fun.
yeah, I was going to say maybe not such a good show.
I think it would be super fun.
No.
I feel like the games could be fun.
The
Yeah,
games would
the
be
games would
really
be
fun.
great.
Yeah.
Games would be great. And then at night we'd just be like boozing it up and fucking playing Dutch Blitz and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Having
That's
a good
not really
time.
how you get to know people.
It is.
That's how you get to know people's senses of humor or not.
Right? Or not, the lack thereof.
I'd watch it.
All right.
There's
I'd watch
worse
it.
things on TV. I think that sounds pretty entertaining.
Yeah, there's a Golden Bachelor.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Golden
Why
Bachelor.
not do Love HIGHland? Or no, whoa, Love HIGHland would be amazing.
That would be
Yeah.
Let's get Love HIGHland incorporated.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Let's go.
We call it Private Love HIGHland. Just a few people.
Because we don't like a crowd.
No.
That's a lot of people in that villa.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We're not doing that.
That's a bunch of people.
Well, I can't wait for the next episode. I'm looking forward to it.
Me
You know what I mean?
too. It's sad.
Whatever.
But Marie's going to go on PTO
I am.
again.
Again.
No.
So I'm not sure how many of these we'll do, but we're going to try.
Yeah, we're going to give it a
We're
shot.
trying to keep up
Absolutely.
because I got lots to say after every episode.
All the time.
And it's always so fun to recap a couple of times on our own. Anyway, we're talking about it, you know, and it's a lot of fun to kind of see how other people are feeling about it. You know, like maybe your thoughts were about a person in a way that maybe the other person didn't think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to have a chat about it.
Wonderful discourse.
This is so formal.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Thanks for using the word discourse. That was great.
It was my SAT word I had to use in a sentence today.
You did it. Check.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about these
No.
last two episodes?
No, they were really good.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was nice and light.
It was a great reset. I'm looking forward to moving on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Onward and upward. Where are we going to end up?
Yeah.
Lots of
next?
couples in the air. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Wherever it ends up, we'll talk about it here.
Absolutely.
On VBH Love HIGHland. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.